Hey, this is Scott Garibay. Let's talk about Vivek Ramaswamy defeated Ron DeSantis in the third Republican debate held on November 8th, 2023. So, first of all, the biggest way he defeated Ron DeSantis is Ron, DeSantis, Ron DeSantis was expected to be here, right? Ron DeSantis is good on paper. He is terrible in person, terrible on the stage, terrible on the camera. He is a joyless automaton. Truly, he cannot zip his human suit all the way up. I watched tonight, and the biggest thing that I think that Vivek was able to do that really just destroyed Ron DeSantis is just smile at any time he wanted to. Ron DeSantis is not able to smile when he tries. It's like this. It looks unnatural on his face. It looks like if he fully smiles, his face will crack, right? And the reason why is he is a joyless automaton. He makes a lot of sense on paper, right? He crushed it in Florida, and I actually support a ton of things that he stands for. But you cannot lead this country without charisma, confidence, and intelligence, and I think he lacks two. He don't have it. If you put all the charisma in Ron DeSantis in a bucket, uh, you'd have a lot of that bucket empty. like it's just like, and I think almost every other candidate, the bucket would overflow. A bucket couldn't hold their charisma, right? The ocean can't hold Vivek's charisma, right? And frankly, I don't think a lake could handle Nikki's charisma, right? Like, there's charisma is a big deal. He doesn't have an ounce of it, right? Like, he has a few ounces of it, right? And that's it. Where and actually, here's the other one: confidence. I think one of the reasons why he can't smile is I think he knows he's faking it, right? I think DeSantis knows he does not genuinely like talking to people, right? And I think he's great on paper, right? And I think this is what his supporters found out, was that he was fantastic on paper, but when they got him into actual position to do something, he's just evaporating, right? But let's talk about what he actually said, and if he had any lines that I think at the beginning of this, Vivek Ramaswamy was 100 yards out from any of these guys, right? So did DeSantis say anything to gain ground on Vivek Ramaswamy? Let's talk about it. He did have one good line. Actually, he had two good lines. We'll break them down now. He said, "I will lead the revival of America." Uh, Dog whistle. You know what that dog whistle is? That's to every evangelical Christian, right? And he's like, "Oh, hey, do you guys want a fake Christian? I saw that you guys bought Trump as a Christian. Trump is not a Christian, not by any stretch of the imagination, right? He's like, I can fake Christianity too. Let's talk about leading a revival, right? And so the reality is, Ron DeSantis is dog whistling to evangelical Christians. I could say that because I am one, right? And I was like, what now? Revival now? Yeah, because so yeah, which is really fascinating. At my church, we just literally finished like a 5 week sermon on revival, right? And revival is a huge part of the Bible, right? And so actually, the word revival does not actually. I don't think it actually appears in the word. It's a renewing of it's a renewing of the covenant with God, right? And revivals did happen in America, mostly in the South. And recently, I think we had a revival like about a year and a half ago, like right in America. But that was absolutely a strong, strong dog whistle to Trump voters, right? And saying, hey, vote for me. I can cover. If you guys need another fake Christian, I could do that, right? Like, so that I think that's what he was doing there. And then another fantastic line that he absolutely gained ground on Vivek Ramaswamy from was, the Green New Deal is great for Venezuela and great for Russia. And he's dead on right there. Now, my favorite Vivek Ramaswamy line is drill, frack, burn coal, right? He is obsidian energy to the nth, right? And a strong opponent of green energy, which continues to be the biggest myth America has ever bought. Like it's ridiculous, right? And UAW workers were just talking about it. Like, we need to build profitable vehicles that can use energy we actually have, not vehicles that are powered by unicorn tears, right? It's just like Green has promised and never delivered, right? And that was a great line. Green New Deal is great for Venezuela, great for Russia, not great for America. He gained ground on Vivek with that, right? But the reality is, I do think Vivek just destroyed Ron DeSantis just in standing straight, right? And standing straight and just being able to put a smile on his face. You're like, it's not a big deal, Scott. If people can use a very big deal if you can smile. Literally, Ron DeSantis cannot smile. We can't have 4 years of a person who is incapable of smiling, right? And I don't know what happened to him. I don't know what kind of what trauma he went through to make it so that he cannot smile. But it's a reality, and it can't stand. We cannot have a president who cannot smile. Vivek Ramaswamy has a bit of joy in his heart. He has hope for America, and that's the other thing is, I think a lot of Republicans right now are incredibly hateful, incredibly angry, right? And there's reasons to be angry. There's no reason to hate, right? But the reality is we gotta call a glade, right? And right now Republicans are angry and hateful in many ways, right? That's a reality, and we need to deal with that, right? And I think that's why Ron can't smile, and I think it's why Vivek Ramaswamy can smile, and he smiled many times, right? And his vibrancy and his youth show in that smile, right? And that grumpy old man get off my lawn energy shows in Ron DeSantis' complete inability to smile. Every single word of that is my humble opinion. What's important is when I get to hear your humble opinion when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.